Back to school chaos is in a full swing right now, but never fear, future you is going to thank you. This week, we are talking about small time investments that you can make that will save you time, effort, and energy in the future. Because ADHD brains deserve a smoother school year, not just a busier one. In my final week of this back-to-school prep series for ADHD moms, I am sharing 5 powerful strategies that you can use to set yourself up for success all year long. We're talking about forecasting family expenses before they sneak up on you, finding the right people to support you at home and in your business, decluttering closets and dressers so you can actually find what you need, and doing a quick summer review so you don't miss out next year. These aren't just to-do list items. They are future-proofing strategies for your time, your sanity, and your peace of mind. And if you would like to join me in putting these strategies into practice, be sure to check out my final free back-to-school body doubling session this Thursday, August 14th at 4 p.m. Eastern and 1 p.m. Pacific. If you want to join me, visit bit.ly/ADHD back to school or follow the link in the show description. And before I dive into my strategies for school year success, I'd like to take just a minute to introduce myself in case you are new to the ADHD Mompreneur. My name is Christy Lingo, and I am an executive function and accountability coach for ADHD mom business owners. I've been working with ADHD populations for over 15 years, starting with my professional organizing business in 2009 and moving into my coaching business in 2019. If you'd like to learn more about me and my coaching program, be sure to stop by my website at theadhdmompreneur.com. And while you're there, be sure to pick up my free essential checklist for ADHD mompreneurs. I developed these fully customizable checklists based on tasks many ADHD business owners tackle on a regular basis, with hopes they can help you remember all the steps, keep track of where you left off, and reduce your daily decision making so you can put that energy into your zone of genius. So be sure to stop by theadhdmompreneur.com to check out my services and pick up your free checklist today. So many of us ADHD moms follow the fly by the seat of our pants method of time management most of the time. And while I'm ashamed to admit that this method has worked for me on many occasions, I have also had my share of times where lack of planning and forethought has cost me both time and money. Which is why I wanted to wrap up our back-to-school prep series with some time investments that you can make that will help set you up for success during the school year and beyond. Up first, forecast expenses. If you have kids, you know how much money they cost. And those of us with ADHD can struggle with the monies at times. That's why I want to encourage you as part of your back-to-school prep to take a look at your school year and plug in any upcoming expenses that might be on the way. Think dues for clubs or fees for sports leagues, field trips, camps, or pool memberships, vacations, birthdays, holidays. Just like it's helpful to know where your time is going to be going for the next couple of months, it can be very helpful to know where your money is going to be going also. A very simple way to do this would be to take a notebook and write each month at the top of the page. Then list any possible expenses for each month so that you're not surprised when they creep up on you. And just to clarify, this is not about doing a full year of monthly budgeting of all your expenses month after month. It's about recognizing those one-off expenses so they don't pop up and surprise you or your bank account. Next, ask for help from others. I will fully admit that until my cancer diagnosis 4 years ago, I was terrible at asking for help. Not sure how the idea that I needed to wear myself out doing everything every day got into my head, but it took quite a while to undo 44 years of that message. I bring that up only to say that I completely understand if you are a mom that struggles to ask for help from others. But I want to share with you a point a friend of mine brought up when we were discussing asking for help. She asked me if I liked helping people, and I said, well, of course I like helping people. That's literally what I do with my job. And she came back with, then why are you denying other people the opportunity to help you? For some reason, I had got it in my head that asking for help or delegating was a sign that I wasn't being very productive. But in actuality, asking for help or hiring help is giving someone else a chance to help you. And I also realized that not everybody that you ask for help is going to be super excited about helping. Just ask my kids whenever I ask them to load and unload the dishwasher. But sometimes we need to practice those skills. My next two categories are places that you can either ask for help or hire help so that you can save time and bandwidth both in your home and in your business. To start, here are 20 places to delegate or outsource as an ADHD mom during the school year. Childcare, house cleaning, laundry, meal planning, grocery shopping, food prep, dog walking, home maintenance or repairs, lawn care or gardening, decluttering and home organization, donation, pickup and drop off, clothes or home shopping, drivers or carpooling, car maintenance, interior or seasonal decorating, holiday planning, shopping and wrapping, travel planning, bill paying or accounting, tax preparation, and tutoring or homework help. And next, business help. If your business has been up and running for a bit, you may notice that you just don't have the same amount of time for things like returning phone calls and emails or social media marketing that you had when you first started. And sure, you might be able to maintain spreading yourself around for a bit, but eventually you are going to need to ask for help if you are going to see growth. So here are 22 places that you can hire help or automate systems to help with your busy ADHD mom entrepreneur life. Hire a virtual assistant, graphic designer, web designer, marketing coach, social media strategist, ads expert for things like Meta or Google, a scheduler, a writer for your email, blog, or marketing captions, an editor for your email, blog, or marketing captions, email marketing expert, SEO expert, inventory manager, a bookkeeper or accountant, a payroll manager, tax preparer, shipping manager, email manager, someone to do your sales calls, someone to do your lead generation, someone to do market research, someone to network for you, and a business coach. Next up, decluttering closets and dressers. Clothing your kids is a necessary evil. And there's a step when it comes to buying, wearing, washing, folding, and putting away your clothes that many moms miss, and that is decluttering. Which is why the beginning of the school year is a really great time for you to go through your closets and drawers and pull out any clothes that no longer suit your family. Get rid of any clothes that don't fit or that your kids just don't like anymore, because fewer options in the drawer means less chance that they'll have decision fatigue when they're trying to get dressed in the morning. And drawers that are less full mean less time spent putting your laundry away because there's actually space for them, and less time spent hunting down your favorite t-shirts. And to piggyback on our previous task of asking for help, it's great to get your kids involved in the clothes clearing process. Have them pull out the things that don't fit them anymore or that they know that they're never going to wear, even if you know that it would look really, really good on them. I used to tell my organizing clients that organizing is a skill like playing the piano or shooting a foul shot. And there's some people that will be able to do it right away without a lot of practice. And there's others that might need to practice a bit. Having your kids help to declutter their closets and drawers is a great way for them to start the practice of decluttering. Next, meal planning. The busier our schedule gets, the harder it is for me to find time to plan meals. But I also know that if I don't plan meals, I spend way too much money on takeout or drive-through or prepared dinners at the grocery store. That's why I wanted to give you some options to help make meal planning easier during the school year, whether you have activities 8 days a week or if you are just looking to think less in the evenings. First, create a family favorites list. Ask everyone in your family to contribute some of their favorite meals and create an overall list to make it easier for you to pick what you're going to make that week. Bonus points if you create an ingredient list to go along with these family favorites to help make prepping a grocery list and grocery shopping easier. Next, easy options. These are dishes to serve on those nights when your family is going here, there, and everywhere. Think crock pot or instant pot, quick frozen dishes, or prepared meal kits that you can easily put together. Or meals like sandwiches that can be easily made if people are eating at different times throughout the night. Next, double batches. Look for places where you can double your output and either set it aside for later in the week or freeze some for later in the month. I love to do this for things like pancakes or waffles on the weekends so that we can have them throughout the week for breakfast, or things like chili and soup in the winter for quick lunches and dinners. And finally, create a menu for lunches and breakfasts. I don't know about your kids, but mine don't like to eat the same thing every day for breakfast and lunch, which is why I found it helpful to create a sort of menu for breakfasts and lunches for my kids. I don't necessarily have everything in every category at all times, but I'll mark what I do have, and then when they come down for breakfast or they're making their lunches, they know what's available and what they have to choose from. And it makes it easier for me to grocery shop because I already have a list of what they are expecting, and I can just pick up a couple in each category each week. And a little bonus tip that I'd like to add that might not help you with your school year success, but just something that I like to do that I find helpful. And that is to review my summer and make sure that I jot down any notes about things that I want to do, festivals that I want to go to, places that I'd like to visit, camps that I want to register for, because I will guarantee you that when next spring or the beginning of summer rolls around, chances are you may forget some of those things that you thought, gosh, I really want to make sure that I do this next year. That's why it can be incredibly helpful for you to write them down now while summer is still fresh in your brain. And that's a wrap for my Back to School Prep series. If you've missed any of the episodes and would like to go back and review them, be sure to check out the link in the show description. And don't forget, if you're watching this prior to Thursday, August 14th, you can join me for that free Back to School body doubling session at 4 p.m. Eastern and 1 p.m. Pacific. Just visit bit.ly/ADHD back to school to sign up and get your reminders. And be sure that you have liked, followed, or subscribed to the ADHD Mompreneur so you don't miss any of my upcoming episodes. I'm taking a couple of weeks off from the podcast to get my kids up and running for the school year, but I plan to be back the first week of September to talk about how to avoid overscheduling and saying yes too often. So make sure that you've hit that subscribe button, and until next time, keep making your ADHD journey part of your success story. If you're a business owning mom with ADHD, you're going to need to grab my free customizable essential checklists for ADHD mompreneurs by visiting bit.ly/checklists for ADHD mompreneurs or by following the link in the episode description. Do it now before you forget. Until next time,